your home.
Want to win some cash from our forecast? Enter our 3-degree guarantee contest. Every time the Local 3 Storm Alert team gets the high temperature right, we'll add $10 to the jackpot. At the end of the month, someone wins the whole thing. Only from Local 3.
Ed Jones, Katie Kuhlman back on the show this morning with Nutrition World, and we're going to kind of use their appearance here this morning to tease ahead to something that we're doing next week, because Ed was able to come in and be part of the panel for a special hour of 3+U that we're bringing you on Wednesday, January 29th, called Aging Well. It's a 4-expert panel, studio audience focusing on how we age and the right things to put in our bodies. So you're going to kind of give us a sneak peek in a little way this morning.
That's right, because I'm becoming an expert on this because I'll be 68 this year, and nothing teaches more than living through it if you are seeking answers. And I know that what I look for is graceful aging, and I feel that there's 7 steps to create that, and we can't start at 60. It's like a savings account. The earlier you start, the better off you are. And so Katie's going to cover the first few, and then I'll cover the last 3.
Okay, so over our 7, here we go. So Katie, where do you think we should start?
All right, so the 3 that I want to cover, I want to start with watching our inflammatory levels. And so one thing we can do lifestyle-wise is making sure we don't eat too many carbohydrates and sugar. That definitely increases inflammation within the body. What does inflammation do? It gives us more aches and pains, less energy, makes us just overall not feel well. So we also are big fans of herbal support for anti-inflammatory support. Life Seasons here makes a great anti-inflammatory agent. Turmeric, thousands of studies on what turmeric does. Thousands of studies on fish oil, things of that nature for inflammation.
Okay.
Second thing I want to talk about is making sure you get optimal amounts of protein. Now, I love food first for protein, so healthy fish, chicken, beef, things like that. But I know that we're all busy, and sometimes you need to have something that's easy to use. I'm a huge fan of starting your day with 20 to 30 grams of protein. This would be one way to do it here with a very clean protein shake. Whey protein, and then there's vegan protein for those that want that.
I think you have said before, because you always love these whey proteins, you can mix them with whatever you wish. You often choose water.
I do water and a spoon real quick and drink it down.
Does it matter what kind of water?
Well, clean.
Clean, yeah, clean water. Okay. And then the last one I want to touch on is reducing our toxic load. If you want to look a little bit further on a website, ewg.org looks into the toxicity levels of food, maybe your skincare, your hair care products. We are over inundated right now with toxins in our water, in our food, in our system. And so I'm a huge believer that we actually need to work on detoxifying. Not just one time a year, but for some people, that could be a continual thing. For some people that may be every quarter, every season, maybe after they travel. I am a huge fan of these 3 products right here, especially Biotoxin Binder.
Okay.
Huge fan of that.
Okay, but you're saying talk to your experts there at Nutrition World, find out what frequency is right for
exactly.
you.
And find the right one for your situation.
Okay, so now Ed, you're going to bring up the rear. What are our remaining ones?
I'm so into this. We actually have a new podcast called 18 to 80 that talks about all the things we can do. So I encourage people to log on. One of the first keys is, and this is the key that I use, it's the admission to my gym. If you don't have a gym membership, that means you're probably not weight training, and that is the #1 correlation to early death. 2, nutritional support, the foundation of the right nutrients. We call it a core 4, right? Multivitamin, the omega-3, the vitamin D, and magnesium. And sleep, next, have an ebook on Nutrition World, a free sleep ebook. You've got to have that. We've got a sleep products here that are amazing. These are the 2 I use. And the last is to have a peaceful spirit. We lead a life of busyness, and with phones today, we never have solitude. We need to be regrounded into a peaceful place.
You know, okay, first of all, in this show on Wednesday, we will talk a lot about sleep. If you think you're getting enough, chances are you are not. And when you find out how it really is interwoven into all parts of your health, it's pretty profound. Interesting you should say, though, that about kind of the contentment factor. We don't live in a content state anymore, because there's always somebody who has something else that you see on social media. Would you agree?
I totally agree. And you know, I heard something decades ago that said, quit standing at the bus stop waiting on the bus. You're already on the bus. And that kind of means to me is, if you're standing there waiting, you're waiting for the next moment to make you happy. It is about this moment. Being here right now with you and Katie is really all that counts.
Yeah, this is life right here.
This is
right?
it. It's
this
not
is what
tomorrow.
You're doing.
It's not at 12 o'clock.
Right. Which, okay, but here's what I think is interesting, and maybe some of this you have to age into. Because as you get older and you live longer, you understand the profundity of those things that you're saying. They sound simple, but they're not.
They're not, and they take a plan. A plan of action is how you create the end result. What is that? Journaling, meditation, quiet time, putting something down that keeps distracting you to the next moment.
Being present.
Which is hard. It's difficult journey.
Right. Okay, it's especially difficult if you don't feel good.
Yes.
So back to these things, because if you're living with any kind of chronic pain or fatigue or just malaise in general, it's hard to be enthused. When you were talking about the toxins, my brain went to something, and I'm jumping ahead, where before you know it, spring will be here. And people will be out sunbathing like crazy. Y'all are big believers in being careful about the sunscreen you put on.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Absolutely. So that's one of the most toxic things we could put on our body if we don't use the right type of chemicals and the right ingredients. So EWG.org, again, rates all the sunscreens for their toxicity and their purity.
Okay, because you're talking kind of the inner workings of our body. We're then taught by dermatologists to wear sunscreen to protect our skin, which will also help you with aging gracefully, but you want to make sure you're using the right one.
Absolutely.
You will have this, I know, always at the store for people to kind of come and access if they've seen you on TV today, but they can't remember it all.
That's right. And I'll talk about it on 18 to 80 and on Vital Health Radio. Those are my 2 podcasts.
Your podcast drops how often?
Every week.
Every week?
Yes.
Okay, I love to say that. Your podcast drops
I
so
like
often.
that.
So we hope that you can have time to go by and see them at Nutrition World. This is just a little of what they do. They have the Wellness Center behind them there on Lee Highway. So whatever is happening in your life that's not exactly optimal, they would love to help you reach that optimum level that you're looking for. And then join us every day in between, but certainly Wednesday, the 29th, for this Aging Well special that we're bringing you. Thanks, Ed.
Thank you, Julie.
Ashley's New Year's sale ends soon. It's your last chance to buy more, save more with up to $1,000 off.